Hey everyone, George here, and welcome back to the channel, The Art of Water. We're going to focus on this tank today because we're going to be doing a complete teardown and escaping not just this tank, but we are going to be having a massive 40-gallon tank that is going to go from end to end here and about this much higher, and we're going to be scaping that with sort of a Zen style. I talked about this about 2 videos ago that we were going to be doing this, and I think I brought it up in my last video as well. So it's going to be time to take this tank down and recreate it. Now what we have here is a Landon. It is a low iron glass. So basically this Landon is about 10 gallons. What I will probably do with this is try to set this up in a Scape that has a interesting sort of look to it that's going to be very unique. I'm not going to be going back to this same style that I've been doing, this jungle-y look with the large plants and whatever. I'm going to go for a much more subdued, gentle, and I would say quiet is the best word I can describe it as, sort of tank. Now, all of these plants that are in here, they're all very healthy plants. I'm going to harvest these, and I will be using them in other scapes in the weeks and months to come. The rock will all come out of here, and we'll just probably use the hotbed of rock that's in here to cycle a new and exciting tank out of this one. And as you know, I received a Fiji Cube 40-gallon. It's actually 38-gallon when you take into consideration the part of the tank that is housing the pump, the filters, and the ceramic matter, as well as the sponges. So by the time we're done with that, we really probably have about 38 gallons worth of tank. And we're going to go on a little field trip with my tripod here, so if you'll just forgive me for a second while I pause this, I'm going to do that, and we're going to sort of go and take a look at this new tank that we have, and I think is going to be exciting and fun tank to scape. And I already have some ideas for it. It's going to be a Zen style tank, as I said, and I think that the Zen style tank is going to be something that in the big picture we are going to really enjoy it in this area of the home, because I think it just kind of calls out for something big and very kind of quiet in here. Now, as far as fish stock going into the new tank, haven't fully decided on that, but family seems to think that these guys here, a bigger school of the emerald green tiger barbs, is in order, along with some cardinal tetras. I'm going to have to do a little more research on that to make sure that they're going to be completely compatible, but I think that they're going to be just fine. Anyways, we're going to go on that little trip down here. Merry Christmas, everyone. So we're taking a little trip this way, and we're going to take a look at this tank that we're going to be setting up here over the next week or so. Now, this is a peninsula style tank. This is made by Fiji Cube, and I'm real excited about this because of the layout of it. The one end of the tank can be completely closed off and have nothing but pumps and sponges and filtration, and we can scape the living heck out of this thing. It's got lots of room for scaping, and I think a Zen style tank here is very much appropriate for what we have, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. Basically, I'm probably going to go with some stone that I have never used before, Frodo stone. I've never used it in my tanks. I have a friend that has a pile of it, and he has offered it up to me for a very good price, and I really can't resist it. So we're going to be doing that. I think we're going to use a lot of mosses. We're going to use a lot of low-growing sort of carpeting plants, like maybe some Monte Carlo, possibly some grasses in the center of the tank. We also are going to have in the middle of this tank, as we take a look at it here, in the middle of the tank, as we're scaping, we're going to have a scape this direction, a scape this direction, and down the middle here will be sort of a pathway on both sides. There will be the ability to put a sort of a beachy area in here with some probably not white sand. I don't think white sand's really appropriate for this, but it will certainly be a beige colored sand, and it'll be on both sides. The path will lead both directions. It'll kind of swerve around, and we'll have the landscaping sort of follow a particular pattern. And I think it's going to be a really beautiful tank when it's all said and done. Low maintenance, not going to have a ton of plants that you're going to have to worry about as far as clipping and cleaning and things like that. Lots of room for fish to swim. That's going to be important to me as well, to have some schooling fish that are going to be able to thrive in this environment. So looking forward to getting this tank done, getting the other one tore down, and in the process, just really getting this project underway that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks now. Now I'm going to film us scaping it. We have some new ways of filming that are going to be a lot more gentle on the eye and much more appealing. Our new logo will also be coming out with this particular tank build, and looking forward to that. So lots of things going on. This is going to be one of the first tanks I've done this size. I've been into nano tanks now for quite some time. Getting into a 38 to 40 gallon tank has not been something that I have been interested in a long time, but it seems that my family wants to have something bigger. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to really scape this thing up beautiful and really enjoy it. So as we head out this way, we are going to go back in here and take a look at this particular tank one more time, and we'll talk about, again, a couple of things that I think are important about this tank. Now, this was one of the first tanks that I ever put together. So it's kind of a special tank to me because it stayed healthy. I've never lost a single fish in here. I did give away some of the green tiger barbs, which I wish I had not done now, because they were about the same size as these, probably the same size, and would have done very well. I had a school of 7 of them in here, and I only have 5 now. So it would have been nice to have the 7 and add to that school a little bit, but we didn't do that. So I'm going to have to look around. Either I'm going to get rid of these guys and get the smaller version of these again and grow them, and possibly do the same thing with the cardinals, so that we start out fresh with everything. That's a possibility. I haven't really thought about it 100% as to what I'm going to do, but that's one of the ideas that I have that I'm throwing around, and I think it's going to be a beautiful tank in this area. Let me know how you feel about this and what you think about it. If you have any ideas on ZEN style tanks as to the design of them and how much you like them, I think it's going to be a real exciting time for me to get into this bigger style tank and to try something new that I haven't been willing to try for a very long time. Now, this tank here, like I said, is going to be repurposed. We're going to use the hot stone in here, the bacterial stone, I should say, to start both of these tanks over again. And I just think reusing something like that that's healthy, has really good healthy bacteria in it, is the way to go. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to let that new tank, the 40 gallon that we talked about out there a few minutes ago, we'll probably put this, scape it and put it together and let it run for another week and a half, just to make sure that all the water parameters are perfect and we don't have any spikes in ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, the pH is good, and also that we don't have any problems with the cycle. Sometimes, even though you're using a older tank that has a lot of bacteria in it, good quality bacteria in it, you don't always end up with the tank cycling correctly. So you want to give it about a week, week and a half. On a smaller tank like this, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not even sure what I'll use this tank for, but it's going to be a totally different design, like I said, more of a ZEN tank as well. And anyways, George with the Art of Water, I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And please leave your comments. I like to hear from people about different things. I've been hearing from different guys and gals that are in this hobby over the last couple of weeks, a lot more than I had before. Subscriptions are coming up, and I'm really appreciating that. I'm nowhere near where I would like to be because I don't really care that much about it. I do like the idea of having people comment and answer their questions because I know that they're interested in the content and they're reading, or not reading, but they're listening to the channel and giving me some feedback. So that part of that aspect of it is really important to me, that you hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, I'd sure appreciate it too, because it tells me that there's a commitment there for the upcoming videos that you guys really want to see. So we're going to have a lot of fun over the next couple of weeks here. We're going to have some fun scaping and doing it live. And I'm really, really, really excited about it, and I hope you are too. So anyways, George here with the Art of Water. We'll talk again real soon.